So social prescribing is a non-medical way of addressing underlying health needs, and particularly emotional and social needs, which are often the big underlying factors for lots of chronic diseases such as diabetes, obesity, depression, anxiety. Then you'll begin to make it
The focus of all the activities in the programme, of which arts are a really important part, is enjoyment and fun.
I felt like I was living like an 80-year-old. Yeah, but I don't feel like that anymore.
It can lower blood pressure, releases endorphins. It's also very good for muscle tension. We do a lot of physical warm-ups at the beginning to encourage them to release their body. It's very good for their posture. And aside from that, it's just the joy of singing. And they really do engage. We get some amazing singing going on. Even the people who aren't so happy with their voices, or who maybe haven't done it before, they're still very encouraged to come along and have a go. And so the joy that you feel when you're working with them is amazing. They're just super enthusiastic.
So over the last couple of years, based at Styx Centre, we've developed a social prescribing programme. So that's a holistic programme of high quality evidence-based activities which can improve people's health and well-being and create social connection opportunities.
The amount of times I have heard my participants saying, I can't draw, and it clearly isn't true. I've seen people jump in and create bold, expressive marks that can rival any great artist. It's exciting to see, and I want them to do it more.
One of the benefits which has been shown from engaging in an art class, or even just looking at art, is that it reduces the amount of cortisol in your bloodstream, which is a hormone which is very strongly correlated with states of stress in the body, and is also correlated with reduced functioning of the immune system. I think there's a certain amount of vulnerability involved in the creative process, and also in looking at art and talking about it with other people. I really do think that people feel that they are exposing something important about themselves and their own identity when they say that they enjoy a certain painting or a certain kind of art, and when they present their own creative ideas. There's a real vulnerability associated with that, and it's the same kind of vulnerability that you might feel if you were to sort of put yourself out there or take yourself out of your comfort zone in any other area of life. The thing about our art groups is that it's really a space where you can not only engage in that process, you can do that in a completely non-judgmental way. You don't have to worry about feeling silly that you like a certain painter who isn't considered to be in fashion or anything like that. You can really just find your own way, discover what you like, and realise that what you think is right. Everyone's different, everyone has different preferences, and not only that, everyone is at a different stage in their life.
Having the social prescribing programme to signpost people to has enabled many of these patients who have been having problems with loneliness and isolation to connect with others, doing something very enjoyable and fun, building a sense of community. And what we found is, particularly when the classes have particular wellbeing benefits, then we get a kind of augmentation effect of that with the peer support that they've got. So they'll go once, they'll have a good time, and they think, well, I'd like to do that again, and they keep coming. And I've had the wonderful experience of many of my patients now who've made big improvements with their overall health and well-being, and certainly some of those are certainly having to come to the doctor less now, and have a much more motivated and positive experience of their health.
Before I started the singing and the art, I was really just existing. But now I feel like I'm living, and I get so much joy from doing the art and the singing. And yeah, life is much happier for me since I've been, and I've made friends.
I've really noticed how kind the participants are to one another. I think that there's a sense of we're here together, we want to produce vibrant and fresh work. And I've just noticed how positive the interactions are with one another. They're supportive to one another. The group some of them have no shared history, and that's really refreshing for them. It's like a blank page, and they're starting afresh as new people. And I'm noticing that people are identifying as somebody interested in art, rather than somebody that has to be an informal carer for their elderly parent or something. It's been a really exciting thing to notice. Doing something creative and doing something bold within a safe environment is a way of practicing doing that in your real life. And I've noticed that someone that might not have taken that step before is able to take that step in another context, and that's exciting.
The potential for the healthcare system of Guernsey, if this were to be embraced more fully, is really significant. Some of my patients who've been coming for a couple of years, some of them have been completely transformed, and some of them with really difficult, hard to treat conditions, but they come in, you can sense the energy level is different. The most obvious thing that happens is they need less medication, and particularly less painkillers.